With regards to why an event like this is important, I think it's really great to bring the business community together and share information in one place. I really appreciate the Radius Group putting it on because you have 350 property owners, business professionals, and we're all hearing the same information because we all need to work together. So an event like this is really valuable.
I think what's changed or not changed in the last 12 months has been strictly tied to the presidential election that took place last year. And I think everybody's waiting to find out what's going to happen with the economy in general, with the tax laws. So the market in the last 12 months has been fairly stable. Interest rates have been reasonable, interest rates have stayed the same. And I think investors are now waiting to see what's going to come out of Washington. But I think at the same time, they're not slowing down their appetite for buying good quality commercial real estate. And I think that's the key. They're looking at quality assets now more than ever.
Well, overall, what we're seeing in the Central Coast, we're seeing a lot of the retail becoming more efficient. And we're seeing that in the place that's most obvious is the big box. The retailers are taking smaller spaces, condensing their footprints, and also becoming more involved in the internet. It used to be that we had just, clicks or bricks. It's now clicks and bricks, meaning that the retailers are embracing the internet, using their physical locations to augment their businesses and to become more efficient. The sector that's being hurt the most right now is the smaller mom and pop sector with respect to the sophistication, being able to keep up with the change, and the Amazon effect of having products readily available at a better price. So that's going to also evolve. We'll see more collaborations with the retailers, with different uses, taking space in order to stay competitive. And overall, it's a good thing with respect to the consumer having quicker service, better pricing, and we'll obviously see that.
So the city is doing a number of things downtown to try to address the changing retail climate that's going on. We have an expedited permit process going on for storefronts immediately on State Street to try to turn those projects around as they go through the city permitting system as quickly as possible to get the vacant storefronts back open and running. We're increasing our presence on State Street. We've got more uniform officers on State Street. We've got a volunteer program. We have an ambassadors just to try to get more public presence to try to address some concerns about safety and feeling comfortable on State Street. And then finally, we're really excited about doing something with the 101 underpass and doing an art installation, maybe a light art installation to try to make that connection between Lower State Street and the heart of downtown more exciting.
Well, I think the number one key point today is to understand that we are really entering into an era of labor shortages. That's a problem at the national level, it's a problem at the state level, and of course it's a problem right here on the Central Coast. Overall, from a national basis, the problem is we are simply running out of available workforce. We're on the back end of a big slowdown in growth of the adult population. That's of course due to the fact that boomers are getting into those last years of their sort of careers. And that has created a situation by which nationally you are seeing these shortages start to arise. The job openings rate in the U.S. has never been higher. Now here in California, across along the Central Coast, this problem is exacerbated largely by the lack of available housing. I mean, it's nice for owners to see the price of their house go up, and it's certainly nice for investors to see the rents on their apartments going up, but we have to understand that right now along the Central Coast, they are permitting a number of new residential units which would cover basically half of the job growth we've seen per year over the last couple of years here in the region. That's not enough, and with unemployment rates now below 5%, of course you have this big issue. It's good, more investment, more buildings, more offices, but who's going to work there? And it's a critical issue, and until the area gets ahead of it, there is going to be a bit of a slowdown. The economy is very good right now, it's very strong, we have plenty of momentum, there's no major imbalances, but over the next few years you're going to start to see these issues, whether it's entitlements or lack of workers, really start to hurt the U.S. economy. The quicker we deal with those, the quicker we're going to make sure that the economy can be robust and strong for the long run, and we're just not having those conversations. And I like to say to folks, and that was my last message of the day, that if you're not part of the solution, in many ways, you're part of the problem. The next time you're worried about a lack of housing on the Central Coast, ask yourself, were you in that city council chamber when they were trying to permit some new apartment building and 300 NIMBYs showed up. If you weren't in that chamber saying, yes, we need this housing, no, I don't agree with these NIMBYs, then in a very real sense, you are empowering those folks. You have to participate, you have to get involved, you have to become educated more than ever.